Hi, I'm Brandy. I wanted to share my story with you guys on why I have chosen Judaism. I was raised by my dad and my stepmom. My stepmom was Catholic, and I went to church with her from time to time. And I pretty much my whole life have always been a Christian. To kind of show you the extent of it, any Joel Osteen, Joyce Meyer book that ever came out, I've totally got it. Anyway, I went to the conventions, I went to church, I did all these things and I still didn't feel complete. So I just started having a overwhelming feeling of Hashem wanting me to be different, to kind of, take on a different role. And this feeling was very, very strong, kind of all day, all night type of thing. So, I didn't ignore it. And so I really just started to study. That's all I did for a long time, all day, pretty much all night. I mean, I really studied. Because, I had to know why I was feeling this way, what it was about. So, when I got into the 5 books of Moses, like my eyes really just started to open up to a lot, that was said in there. And one of the first things was about Hashem, about how he can forgive us without a blood sacrifice. And to me this was a big deal because I was always taught that Jesus had to die for us in order for us to be forgiven. So this was a big deal. And, after that, I read about Haman's ancestors who would give their children up in sacrifices. They would sacrifice their own children. And, God really, really didn't like this, and he really detested it. He couldn't stand it. So, he had them, he had them all killed. And, I think maybe 2 people survived out of that, or maybe just the wife did. But anyhow, it was a big deal to him, and, he really, really hated it. And that really made my, my mind wander because, if he hated it so much, why would he do it himself? Why would he sacrifice his own kid if, he hated it so much? It's really gets you thinking. I really just felt, that the Torah is very important. I don't feel, that it should just be bypassed or, let's just celebrate Easter and totally forget about Passover. And, just so many things in the Torah that are everlasting. God said in the Torah, all these laws are everlasting, which means they're forever. And yet, for some reason, many people think that it's not important. So anyhow, Christians will say to me, how can you feel close to God without Jesus? But kind of the exact opposite has happened to me. I feel a whole lot more closer to God than I ever have before. And just praying in Hebrew is just the most awesome thing ever. You should really try it if you haven't already. Your whole body and just everything just feels so wonderful. And, lighting Shabbos candles, you really just can't beat that feeling. And, another thing that people say to me is, how can you be burdened by so many laws, but to be kosher and to keep Torah feels, like I'm doing something for Hashem, he's proud of me for this, and it's just a great feeling, something that I haven't had before. And I really would like to encourage you, if you haven't really studied on your own, if you've kind of been going, after what other people say, what other pastors say, I really encourage you to study on your own, for days, however long it takes for you, and to, not be distracted, and to really study, and, it would really astonish you. I'm really excited about my future. I'm really excited about the new people that Hashem is going to bring into my life, and the story is not quite finished yet, but I kind of wanted to give you the beginning of it. And thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.